Hi, welcome back to Equality TV's DeLuca's Shades of Gray. Very excited to be here, trying to spread love and equality on the global level. EQUAL, we all want to be equal. Sing it at least once a day. It's a good mantra to have. And I have to tell you, it's been very hard to keep true to that notion over the past couple of weeks due to the Boston Marathon bombing. And it's only because, I've been so bombarded with different types of media, from the news, from, on television, radio, print, reading all these different people's opinions and so forth and so on. And, sometimes you find yourself start to agree with information that just is ludicrous. And I'm glad I check myself on that every once in a while, because I think it's important to do. And I think it's important to admit that we all are human and we all get sucked into certain ways of thinking because of mass media, okay? And one of the people who really upset me over the past couple of weeks was Ann Coulter. I mean, this woman is just not a nice woman. All she does is spread hate and create stereotypes about people, and it's just unnecessary. She's not for the cause of equality, okay? In fact, I usually consider myself a ladies' lady. I'm a lesbian. That's what I do. I like playing it smooth around the ladies. But I have to tell you, I would not mind expelling gas in front of this woman's nose. You want to know why? Because she's a stinky, smelly person. She's a stinky, smelly person, and she ought to just go wash that stink off her. I don't know where it comes from, but and what's even more unfortunate is that she actually is a very brilliant woman. She went to Cornell University. She graduated cum laude, got her law degree from Michigan State University, and I think about the impact she could have as a woman leader in our country, in our world, if only she said nice positive things about groups of people. And one of the things that really upset me was what she said about Miss Catherine Russell, the bomber's wife, the wife of the bomber who died, the older brother. What she said was, this woman should be thrown in prison for wearing a hijab. Who says that? I mean, who wants to say that out loud? I mean, you could think it, but to say it out loud? I mean, should we start throwing rabbis in jail for wearing yarmulkes, or other folks in jail for wearing crucifixes, or the Star of David? I mean, where will it end? And I got three words for you: United States Constitution, U.S. Constitution, and then there's two more words that follow that. It's the First Amendment. One of the First Amendments is the freedom to exercise religion. Miss Coulter should know that very well, being a lawyer. Okay. Then there's a second, the second part of the First Amendment, which is freedom of speech, which I feel that Miss Coulter has graciously taken advantage of by spewing all that hate and nonsense that just comes out of her mouth. I mean, that whole comment about whether or not she wondered if Kathleen Russell got a clitorectomy. I mean, really? The last time I checked, there weren't a lot of women lining up around the corner to get clitorectomies, okay? Just not happening. World Health Organization considers it actually a human rights violation, as well as a lot of, I'm sure, the other women who have undergone this painful procedure without anesthesia. There should be something called a lipterectomy, and that's sewing people's mouths shut, sewing lips shut, because when hateful things come out of people's mouths, when hateful information, you see how riled up I'm getting riled up again. Pretty soon I'm going to start turning green. Arr! When people start spewing hateful information out of their mouth, sometimes they're doing a lot of this. They should be doing this, okay? Their lips should be sewn shut just for a period of time, just so we don't have to listen to them, Just, I don't know. I don't know when they can unsew them again, but, I would say at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks minimum. But, it's just, it gets me so upset, because what happens is, you take these two people's actions and then you broaden it to the whole group. That's not spreading love. That's not spreading equality. That's stereotyping, okay? Stereotyping is so not good. It's not good for the cause of equality. And Miss Coulter should know this, especially being a woman, I mean, there are just so many different factors that we can talk about, which is so wrong with what people say about other groups. And and her whole comment about what was it, immigration policy of us assimilating immigrants into our culture isn't working. No, they're assimilating us into their culture. Okay, what does that even mean? I mean, first of all, I'd like to know who she means by us and what culture she would like immigrants to assimilate into, especially since they'd be assimilating into American culture, which American culture, as you know, is made up of many different cultures, okay? There's the black culture, which has sects of African American, Haitian, West Indies. There's the Asian culture, which has different sects of, let's see, there's Japanese, there's Chinese, there's Thai, there's Pacific Asian. There's Russian culture. There's German culture. There's Jewish culture. There's all sorts of cultures that make America great, and that's what makes America America, is these blend of different cultures. So which culture these immigrants are supposed to assimilate to, I'm not quite sure. And if someone could get back to me about it, we can chat about it more, tweeting or online, whatever we do now to communicate. But I just had to, share that random thought and rambling about Miss Coulter, because as I said, every time I listen to her, I get very upset, and it saddens me to think that all this brilliant energy that she possesses can't be used for the better cause of spreading equality and, to making the human race a better race. And that's all I've got to say about that. I'm going to go try and find my chi right now, because I'm all out of wax, I'm all out of sorts. And until next week, you guys have a good rest of the week, and look at the person next to you, maybe who you're not familiar with. Say hello, start a conversation with them, get to know them as a person, because that's the only way you can start really spreading the concept of equality, is when you have a better understanding for everybody who lives in our world. Okay, that's all I got. Signing off. That's a wrap. I'm gonna go get a tuna wrap, and I'll see you next week on DeLuca's Shades of Gray.